Hiya, quick. I just want to let you know that in my shop, Katherine.shop, I have some bag charms available, autumn vibe ones, a little bit more spooky Halloween vibes, and then I also have some new mini sticker sheets available. If you would like to check those out, Katherine.shop. Thank you so much. Okay, second coffee of the day. We're doing great. I was like ready, I was excited to start enjoying my fall, but of course shit has hit the fan. It was slowly building over time, and it just all of a sudden, if you follow me on Instagram, you'd have seen I did a fundraiser for Rocky's vet expenses and housing relief. It just all got so overwhelming, and Rocky's an old dog, things are gonna happen, but vet bills are so expensive. If you saw like a month ago or the end of July, I took Rocky to the vet, and there's just things, tests to run. He has a heart murmur all his life, really, and an echocardiogram costs about $1 million fucking dollars. Crazy. Anyways, and we just moved up this summer, and it was a lot harder to like recoup after that. I just really needed help, and I'm so grateful for my community. Like, you don't even know. I can't overshare because that's not healthy, but just know that I am so immensely grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm not very good with words, even though it's basically my job to talk on the internet, but anyways. I'm settling down a little bit more. I've been grinding really hard. I love fall, of course, and I want to make fall stuff for my shop, but with the tariffs, there's another stressor. With the tariffs, it's been hard because I get my sticker sheets from Canada, and now I can no longer do that. And good thing I now print stickers from home, but it is a little bit different because it's a different quality. It's on a smaller scale. So a whole bunch of things, but I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna make my fall stickers, and if I'm able to figure out the tariffs and stuff or find a different manufacturer, then that so be it. But for now, I'm just gonna do the mini sticker sheets, which I just love so much how they turned out, and I've been working really hard on them. And you know, part of my fundraising as well is doing pet portraits. So I'm gonna get started on those. I'm very excited. I got some good backstories because I'm nosy, and I mean, I want to know my subjects that I'm drawing. Very excited for that. The first one is a doggy. Check out my shop, Katherine.shop, of course. Amongst all of that, because you know, I'm going to be doing a lot of work on my iPad. I need a book, and just I'm ready to read the fall books, the books that I've kind of been saving for the fall. I never used to really be like a seasonal reader, but in the past few years, definitely leaning a little bit more towards that. But in the same breath, if I like hype it up too much and like put too much pressure on myself, then I just end up not reading anything. It's a fine line to walk. But the first book that I've started is one that I've had on like so many TBRs. I got this book probably years ago at this point. Angels Before Man by Raphael Nicolas. This cover, gorgeous. Other as well covers of this, also gorgeous. It is a queer retelling of the fall of Satan. In an eternal paradise, the most beautiful angle. Are you serious? In an eternal paradise, the most beautiful angel, Lucifer, struggles with shame, identity, and timidity, with little more than the desire to worship his creator. It isn't until the strongest angel, Michael, comes into his life that Lucifer learns to love himself. Along the way, their friendship begins to bloom into something else, maybe the first romance in the history of everything. But this god is a jealous one, and maybe paradise is not paradise. Why can I not breathe while I read? Not the gasping breaths. This book just sounds so good, and from the reviews it sounds like the writing is really beautiful, and from what I've started it very much so. And I really, so far, I'm not very far in, but I really love the characterization of Lucifer. I grew up Christian, but I'm no longer Christian, so something like this sounds so fun. I mean, we read like Greek retellings and stuff all the time, Norse mythology. Give me this, and it sounds great. Like Lucifer and Michael, come on now. I was thinking of annotating this, but I don't know. I just want to like preserve this copy. I don't know. I'm going to get more into it, and if I feel like I want to annotate, then I'll go back in and do some of that and then, you know, continue on. But I'll see for now. The cover is just so beautiful. You know what I mean? So the reading mood for September, though, is more getting into the spooky vibes, not like the height of Halloween. And this year I am trying to take it a little bit slower because I feel like I jumped into Halloween too quickly, like too early, which, you know, I'm a spooky gal all year round, and I look forward to Halloween all year. So you'd be like, would you want it to last as long as possible? I want to embrace autumn first, and then once October hits or later in September, then I'll pivot more to the Halloween darker spooky side. So for right now, I want to, you know, just be the gentle fall, the crisp leaves. None of the leaves around here are turning yet, but the weather, there's a snap in the air, and it's only gonna get colder, and I'm so excited. Despite everything, I'm just trying to, on the other hand, enjoy the season, embrace it, be grateful, take things slow. And you know, I struggle with anxiety disorder, so very much trying to, you know, live through that as like gently as possible. I don't know how to talk about it, but anxiety disorder. So that is what I'm reading. I'm going to do, I haven't done it yet, it's already a few days into September, but I haven't made my September reading journal TBR page and new releases. Kind of the like tentative TBR that I've written out are the like spookier fall vibes. So I have Woodworm, which I saved for September, October time. I don't have any of the authors' names written down, so sorry about that. What Moves the Dead, that is by T. Kingfisher though. This is a retelling or inspired by Fall of the House of Usher, which I don't remember if I read that. I feel like I have to ask my friend Alana, but in school in Belize, we've read a number of Edgar Allan Poe's, and one of them was, like, I have these stories in my head, but I never knew that they were Edgar Allan Poe. Well, I probably knew at one point, but I just didn't realize. One that has, like, scarred me, core memory stayed with me ever since, is the one, The Cask? No. I want to tell you the thing, but then that is like kind of a spoiler. It has to do with a cellar and bricks. And I've read The Mask of the Red Death, and those what I want to reread sometime this season. So I'll add that actually to the TBR now that I've said it. Angels Before Man, Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. I know that author. And In the Company of Witches by Orly Wallace. I remembered some authors. That's kind of what I have for the September TBR in that sort of autumn entering spooky times mood. And then for October, I just have some vampire books, which who knows, I might start them in September. So my reading plans as of right now is just Angels Before Man, and then we'll see where we go from there. It's about a 14-hour audiobook. Did I say I was listening to the audiobook? Because I've been putting off reading it for so long. Like, will I ever get to the physical book? But either way, I need an audio to listen to while I draw and do shop stuff and journal, because I haven't journaled for like over a week since everything's been going on. It's just been way too like high anxiety. I can't sit down and do my journaling. Yeah, the audiobook is like 14 hours. I'm listening at 1.7, just taking it a little bit slow right now. So it'll be a little bit over like 7 hours to listen to. So that'll probably be my read for the next couple of days. But yeah, that's kind of it for now. I'm going to enjoy my coffee and enjoy the gloomy day because it's been too sunny the past few days. Going through anxiety, going through high stress stuff, and it's been freaking sunny. Gross. Okay, this is the progress that I've made on my cardigan. You know, I haven't really been working on it, but also I noticed once I was already up here, I noticed that I messed this up. So do I go back and frog it? Frog it just means undo it. What do I do? I don't know. I just want to like make something good with no mistakes for once. You know what I mean? I mean, surely there's going to be more mistakes in this, but I'm trying hard. Because, like, look at how much work that is. Yeah. Don't mind how chewed up my pajamas are. Don't judge me. Yeah, I didn't fold my laundry, so what? Rocky. if you can see my baking mess. No, you can't. I don't feel like cleaning up right now. I've just finished Angels Before Man by Raphael and Nicholas. It was a bit hard to push through, but that's a me problem. It's me, not you, book. I just have anxiety all day, every day, sitting in my body constantly, and it's very painful. It's annoying and painful and frustrating. But this book wasn't really the book to read right now in my current state of being, but at the same time, like, I had to push myself to keep reading it, but at the same time, I couldn't put it down. I wanted to read it now, and I also was afraid that if I did put it down, I would have a hard time picking it back up. Like, if I said, oh, I can't read this now, I'll pick it up another time, that other time would never come. I just repeated myself. But I'm glad that I have now officially finally read it. It has been on the TBR for so long, it feels like. It is a beautiful book. It is a work of art. It is very lyrical. It has so much beauty in it, and it almost feels overwhelming. It is a bit slow. I can definitely see how people would struggle in that to maybe push through the beginning parts, but it almost feels a bit of like a cozy read in the beginning half. But as somebody who, grew up Catholic and deconstructed, I wrote in my thoughts in my reading journal that there's this like underlying edge of the sinister, and that's, once you've experienced what I have, that's kind of, you can sense that in the book. This book, I don't necessarily think, I don't want to say that religious people shouldn't read this book. I think you can still get something of it, especially if you're, I don't know how to phrase it without being insensitive or anything, because, everybody's journey is personal to themselves, and if you can respect that I'm no longer Christian, then I respect that you are, and you found value in that in your life. Where am I going with this? I think if you believe despite, I think you would still find something in this book. But that being said, it's not for everybody. If you have gone through religious deconstruction, from the reviews that I was just kind of skimming, it feels like a lot of people who have read this have experienced that. It is very valuable. For me personally, reflected a lot of the things that I thought and went through. It was such an interesting book, and I'm very glad that I read it. Like I said, it is beautiful lyrical prose. It had such like a cadence to the writing that felt very in the tradition of the romantics, capital R. Like, this is a capital R romantic book. Something that I really enjoyed as well was the beginning of the story, of the beginning of Lucifer and how he came to be, his reaction to his existence and the beginning of his time. Very beautiful. Yeah, I won't get into it too much, but like I keep saying, it's just so beautiful. It's just such a beautiful book. It has such great lines. There are a lot of people have quoted them in reviews, but I did kind of annotate just a little bit, nothing too intense, or else I would have been underlining basically the whole book, but I did put in some tabs only at sections that I really loved. The end. This is where he often begins the story, though he's never told it. He's heard them say that his life really began here because Lucifer surely couldn't live unless he was adored, and it was sweet to believe that there is ever such a person who starts our life, that everything before them was unnecessary, the belief that life begins with love, our first love. Do you believe in life after love? I feel aged, as if you've aged me with your own hands, Michael, ripened me like red fruit at the edge of a branch, hanging at its peak, beautiful and just about to fall. This one, I'm not going to give context, but it just sounds so beautiful. The prince would say he'd heard a hint of life rebounding off the leaves, looked between the branches, then caught sight of creation so beautiful it burned. There is another Eden within me. I have nestled it between the heat of love, this love. But if I were like God, I'd create a new piece of me every day for you to kiss. I'd remake myself chasing that mouth. I've missed one of the quotes that I really liked. I don't know where it was. I swear it was annotated. I literally just read it, but I can't find the annotation. I can't even begin to quote it because I would get it horribly wrong. I know me. But yes, Angels Before Man. I think this is a good book as well to read in the beginning of September because it just has that sort of tone. But yep, read it. Finally. Yay. I'm glad. Despite being horribly, terribly anxious the entire time. Just want to enjoy my fall. But I hope that you guys know that life isn't perfect, and no matter how aesthetic and romanticized life I may portray in my videos, I hope you know that it is me romanticizing life despite it all. That's also why I share that I'm so anxious, and that's just part of life, and that's how I am. Also, my lips are really dry because it's getting cold here, and I kind of split my lip and it hurts so bad. Yay, another thing. That's all. I'm gonna have I don't know, I found this recipe on Pinterest, so we'll see if I even like it. I don't love the smell of pureed pumpkin, like in a can. So my apartment is smelling a little bit not great to me. But at the same time, I'm trying to be like, no, it's cozy, it's fall. So I'm gonna try this and see if it's any good.